So yeah, for everyone joining from the raid, the thing we're working on today that we haven't necessarily started yet, but we're getting to it right now, is we have a feature flag tool called Vexilla. And with that tool, it is static file based, meaning that it's just a JSON file sitting wherever you want to put it, which means it works great for like internal networks as well as external facing networks. The magic of how all the logic and feature flagging gets evaluated from that JSON file is actually in our SDKs. We have SDKs for, let me do this, C#, Rust, Go, Python, PHP, Elixir, JavaScript, Kotlin, and DM Mulroy is helping us build the OCaml one on Tuesdays. So we'll see him tomorrow, I think. So yeah, pretty awesome. And we already have a bunch of other languages set up for it too. Can I use the different SDKs to test one another? I'm not sure what you mean by that. So look at it this way. The JSON file is not created by the SDKs. The SDKs only consume the JSON file. So we create the JSON file with our app, and then all the SDKs are just evaluating it. So I don't think there's any like cross communication that would make sense there. We do have a test server that is written in JavaScript that just responds for like an end-to-end test for the client. That is usable by all of them. All of the SDKs test against the test server for the client end-to-end test, on top of their like internal unit tests for hashing and scheduling. Yeah, no worries, Leostera. Yep, have a good one. Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate you. Ah, thank you. So yeah, the main gist is Vexilla doesn't have its own server, which frees me up to work on as many first-party SDKs as I can, instead of things like Sentry or other places where they have their 3 or 4 first-party SDKs, and then all other languages are up to third parties to make. Instead, we can have first-party SDKs that are kept in lockstep with our API changes as we make them, right? Things like that. And when I say API changes, I mean more like the schema changes to the JSON file. So yeah, the one we're working on today is the C# code. We've got most of what we needed to do in the C# done, which is basically changing up. We have a bug in a very specific like scheduled test that we have. In all of our SDKs. We have since fixed it in the Rust, Go, Python, PHP, and Kotlin. And then we need to do it for C#, JavaScript, and eventually OCaml. So twofolds, I mean, it wouldn't be unit testing though, right? That would be more like an integration test at the bare minimum, or an end-to-end test, technically. So the end-to-end test is actually something we're doing already by just operating the server and evaluating that all of the flags evaluate properly. And yeah, how you doing, sir? So yeah, the place we left off on Saturday. We have some failing tests for start, end, and daily. But it's only during the single day test rather than a multi-day test. So what that means is a single day test would basically be, let's say you wanted to have a theme in your mobile app turn on for a specific holiday, right? You might have it run from, I don't know, 9 to 5 on Christmas or something, right? That would be a single day test. Whereas a multi-day test would be more like, well, what if you wanted to do it for the 2 weeks around Christmas or whatever. Sure. Right? So that's single day versus multi-day. Start-end versus daily is basically, start-end would be, let's say I wanted to start it at, December 20th at 9 a.m. and finish it on January 10th at 5 p.m., right? Just all the way through, anytime, midnight, whatever, between those two exact instants would actually be okay, and the feature would be on. But a daily test would be, well, what if you want this thing on only for 9 to 5 each day for that 2-week period? And that's what a daily would be. So yeah, daily I think is incredibly useful. But yeah, there's still like a bit that's tricky about it. Yeah, we may eventually want to update our scheduling in some way that would allow us to specify, like, only on Thursdays from 9 to 5 for the next 6 months or something. Sure, why not? So yeah, we don't support that yet. And that would most likely be another, like, full schema bump, because if I really have to think about it, maybe it would just be a thing we add to our schedule, right? Here's what our schedule looks like. We get start, end, time zone, time type, start time, end time. We could just add another prop to this, and if it's there, maybe it works, right? We could specify days of the week or something. I think it's doable, but trickier. But yes, if we just added a prop, we wouldn't need to do a full schema bump. It would just be like a minor version. Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so daily is maybe misleading in the name, and I should probably have some good docs explaining the use case. And what is that blue text? That is code biscuits. So, yep, this is a plugin we made that annotates your ending brackets. In VS Code and even NeoVim, you get a little bit of that, but you'll notice that it's still not perfect, right? So if I'm real deep in bracket hell, it kind of gives up on which things stack at the top with VS Code, right? And I think NeoVim might have the same issue. But instead, I can just know that this bracket is that test right there. So depending on the language you're using, this is not ideal. Now, the fact that we can still do that is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I still think even with what some of these editors are doing, there's still a place for code biscuits. The main use case, and the reason I created code biscuits in the first place, you use something similar in NeoVim. Is it NeoVim biscuits? Tree sitter context. I am using tree sitter for it, so that makes sense. Gotcha. Because yeah, I made this a few years ago and even presented about it at NeoVimConf, which was fun. And yep, it uses tree sitter. Ooh, it requires NeoVim 0.9.0, so mine works on older NeoVim versions, at least. Do they have any screenshots of it? Oh, this is it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, so context is the thing that, like, does that, like, thing at the top, right? Okay. Yeah, so I've seen Prime using that too, I think. Nope. No, I use VS Code. I don't care. But I like making things. I especially like making things that could be useful for other people. So yeah, I'll happily make a NeoVim plugin. In the same way that Tim Pope or whatever, right? T-Pope or whatever, he maintains a VS Code plugin, even though he's a Vim user. Doesn't matter. Right? I am less about the team aspect of any of this stuff, and more just wanting to make things people enjoy. What are the other biscuits? So what do you mean? Like, as far as languages? Or you mean just like the other, like, biscuits that I made? So I've got one for JavaScript, TypeScript. That one's deprecated because Assorted Biscuits does it now. CSS Biscuits is kind of its own thing. And then HTML Biscuits is its own thing. The main gist is just, like, whether I'm using Tree Sitter or I'm using a built-in language server. So CSS Biscuits uses the built-in VS Code, like, language server. So does HTML, and so does JSTS. Then we started trying to do it for C# and realized that having to depend upon another plugin rather than just native VS Code functionality seemed too brittle, and instead we just went with Tree Sitter instead. So yeah. All right, did I delete this yet? So this is where we're leaving off. There you go. I mean, depends on the biscuit. All right, so this is our issue right now. We've got a test that is failing. We were getting output from it somewhere. Here we go, yep. So when we run our test, we get a failure, and test.log has that failure for us. And yeah, how you doing, Productive Time? What you up to? So yeah, the main gist is we're failing out on active start-end single day and active daily single day as well, and we're failing out specifically on line 70 and 224. That's in our test file, right? 70-ish. It's actually this schedule and asserting it there. This is getting us. And we're not sure why yet. So I think we're going to start needing to log out what the during schedule is. And I don't remember how to do logging in C#. Is it just print line? If I want really nice readable date times, we don't care about readable at all. Yeah, we're just evaluating a schedule. It's not presenting the schedule to anyone. Console.writeline? Okay, there we go. And does that flow through when running tests? Yeah, this is the annoying part. For some reason... Processing workspace information in the background. Let's just restart our extensions. Something's wrong there. You're using XUnit? I think we are too. Let me double check. Ah, we're using NUnit. Gotcha. I think NUnit's heavily inspired by XUnit, but maybe I need to Google how to log from test in NUnit. Ah, test context is actually how we want to do it. Oh, so they're saying it should be done. Yeah, we can't do it as an assertion yet. Yeah, this is more for debugging purposes, so yeah. I don't think we want to make it into an assertion. So console.writeLine should actually work. And yeah, what's everyone up to? Anything fun today? Let's pour some water. All right. Looks like we got a test failure still, which is good, because we didn't change any logic. So Bazel is a monorepo tool from Google for many different languages. So it's a polyglot monorepo tool. Basilisk is just like a runner for Bazel stuff. And I think it allows you to like switch versions of Bazel and things like that too. Not all other languages, because not all languages have a set of Bazel build rules that they ship with. The only ones we can do it with... Hold on, let me go look at the... Let me go look at this. Let me double check it. So if we look at test, the only ones that we don't do, right? We've got Bazel. So yeah, Kotlin, Elixir, Python, and PHP are all individually tested, and then Rust, Go, JavaScript, and C# are in the Bazel. So basically, I don't know enough about Bazel to build my own build rules. Once I do know enough about it, yes, we will roll all of these others into it. Technically, some of them require doing like a Docker container, because we have very specific versions we need to target. So for the Python, we're targeting 3.6. For the PHP, we're targeting 7.4. And we have to do that for broad compatibility reasons. And then other than that, I couldn't figure out how to make the test Kotlin or test Elixir work with the Bazel rules that were out there. Right, just not good documentation, not good examples, and I am still pretty new to understanding Bazel in general. So yeah, we're doing 4 languages with Bazel, which is still worth it. So Bazel rules are basically this kind of language, which is heavily like, you know, it looks a lot like Python, but it's a thing they call Starlark. So it's its own language. But heavily inspired by Python, at least. Again, I would be writing my own Starlark. So all of these, even C# library right here, is built on other Bazel build rules, right? Because Bazel ships with its own, like, units, right? Its own, like, building blocks. All of these other build rules just use the building blocks that Bazel ships with. But they make it cleaner and easier. I mean, it's barely a language. It's like a config language. It's like Terraform's HCL or something, right? It's not a big deal. Think of it more as just a configuration language rather than like a logic language. Right? The idea being the order in which these things get defined does not matter. I'm pretty sure. So it's not a typical like procedural logic language like you'd be expecting. This is more like a declarative config language. Yeah, it's very useful. There's another tool by Meta called Buck, which is also worth considering. I feel like there were more build rules available for Bazel, which is why I opted for Bazel. Oh, use Buck too. Oh, whoops. And yeah, Buck 2 also uses Starlark. So yeah, whether you're going to use Buck or Bazel, you're still going to be learning Starlark if you want to write custom build rules. All right, so let's double check this output real quick. Did this update? Ooh, and this might be the tricky part. Because we're using Bazel to run this, this might be another thing that obfuscates out where our logs are. That's a little annoying. I've always thought of Jenkins as more of like a CI/CD tool. Where, you know, Buck can be that, but Buck is more about like caching assets so that you're not rebuilding everything. I'm not sure how well Jenkins does that. I don't know. I've never used Jenkins myself. I've only seen Jenkins referenced in CI/CD contexts. Whereas this is more like, what if you wanted to build it locally too? Like, super easy, no problem. I think it uses the same folder, right? So if I go and look at my output, 1 second. They got a link in here somewhere for us. I'm pretty sure. Failed to build. Am I just not seeing the link? We might have a bug because I did some of that code wrong. Compiling libtest failed. Ah, so I got a failure in my test here. I think it's related to the code that we just wrote because it's... Is it right line? Ah, so that makes sense, the bread. Yep. That makes more sense. So yeah, I guess Jenkins is more of like an orchestration tool for CI/CD. Oh, and that's it. Yeah, I am missing a semicolon. Good eye. I'm really bummed that my VS Code settings are not showing that to us, though. And I think it's part of like the spinner that we're seeing at the bottom there, which is annoying. So yeah, you're right. Missing semicolon. We do have system. Okay, so let me look at this. EC5ED, EC5ED, fast build, STD4F, STD4F. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's the same exact file. So this has been updated. Let's see if we see anything get logged. Boom, during schedule. Okay, but it's only logging the type, not the actual value. All right, so what is the right way to log out a class? Right, there's got to be some like debug thing instead of just console write line that probably does it. But man, that seems over the top. Yeah, default only prints type. Oh, use Newtonsoft for it? Oh no. Object dumper. Is that really the only way to do this? Yeah, I mean, so all I want to do is I want to log out the schedule. Oh, wrong place. So this scheduler test right here, I just want to log out what this is and see what's inside it. Yeah, just grabbing the values. No, Newtonsoft is fine. We just don't want to use it for this. Is that really the only way to do that? Just serialize the thing? So that's system text.json. Okay. There's no easy just dump an object to the command line? Like, built in? Why? Like, that seems so, like, required. That's like table stakes, man. And hold on, we gotta look at why our extensions are just blowing it right now. Right, we got C#, C# dev kit. Who here uses VS Code for their C# stuff? Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer, Tufels. Like, why would you need a library for something so fundamental? Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, so I've got these two C# extensions. Anyone else recommend some C# extensions for VS Code? Yeah, I mean, it's just a dependency I didn't need, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just so strange to me. Output for tasks, we can look at C#, sure. Oh god. So yeah, that's not good. Language server client couldn't create connection to server. Cannot find module VS IntelliCode completions C#. Oh, I did not want that. Why didn't it grab the whole thing? There we go. VS Code IntelliCode C# 0. Oh, so I could install Mono and it might work better? Oh, and we have that. Doesn't look like there's any other extension that we need. How about this? We'll update VS Code and maybe that'll fix it. But yeah, PerpScript, what do you use for your editor for C# stuff? Visual Studio itself. Gotcha. And that's on a Windows machine, right? Yeah, here on a Mac, it's less ideal. Because Visual Studio for Mac is terrible. It's end of life in August as well. Yep. Yeah, so VS Code for Mac is not an option. One second, sorry. Dragging these over. LSPs for it? Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure... Oh, hold on. Here's another thing. Tried to install .NET 7.0. All right. Not a big deal. Downloading .NET version. So, here's an error. Validation of .NET installation for version 7.0.16 failed. Expected executable does not exist. Maybe I need to actually just go download it? aka.ms.net download? That's probably it. I think Rider and Visual Studio ship that. Where did they say we gotta go with it? .NET-download. I might not have any .NET version. Now it says it's looking for 7.0, so we'll just get it. We can work on updating our SDK version at some point. Ooh, I think, is it? I think 8.0 is on long-term support now. This one is maintenance mode. So yeah, standard term support for 7, long-term support for 8. It looks like with .NET, it's the even numbers that are long-term support versions. Yeah. Yeah, and this is the same pattern that Angular follows, which makes a lot of sense. Right? The even versions are LTS. Same thing with NPM as well. Or Node, I should say. But yeah, we're on 7 right now. We should probably be on 8. But we're not going to update that yet. So if we restart our extensions now, that should work. Yeah, the extension server or host or whatever should have done that too. But yeah, we can just close it and reopen it. Couldn't create connection to server. Go to output. Not a directory. Oh, whoops. CD, not a directory. Right, oh, because .NET there is an executable. Right. Yeah. Let's just double check that. Yeah, not a directory. So that is the path to it, though. Huh. So it even says right here, requested to download, downloading done, executable path is that. Aha. So that's really the path that we gotta configure. Reinstall C# extension. Yikes. Oh yeah, it's absolutely meant to match the sriracha bottle. Yep. It was my Halloween costume this year. I'm just gonna delete all of them. All right, so we deleted the extensions, needed to reload, and now we should be able to install these. I'm gonna let that one finish installing first. Oh, I really like this song too. Music was probably a bit quiet over on YouTube, huh? Sorry about that, YouTube. All right, installed that. Installing another. We didn't see any errors from it, which is good. Doesn't look like it's actually working, though. I don't think the Test Explorer works. Now, Basil is like separate from all that. And wait, hold on. What did Ultra Nano say? Did I miss it? I'll be in the studio. The visual studio. Yeah, there you go. It didn't require one. Right? It didn't ask us to. Let's try and just restart the extension host and see. Language server initialized. Ooh. All right. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, just we had to turn it off and on again. Oh. Oh. Probably nothing, Space Case, but I need highlighting in my editor for actual issues. All right, so that gives us an error. All right, cool, cool, cool. So the toString function here just does the class name of the thing. Is that what I'm getting? All right, we'd have to override toString. I just want to make sure I'm understanding that right. What is hash code? You have to override it yourself. Gotcha. So yeah, using system JSON would probably be the move. Okay. I mean, I don't know Space Case. All I know is I have one thing I need from it, and that's what I'm using it for. Anything else, I have no idea. I'm not a C# expert. Yeah, we're not going to be using equals. We're not comparing or any of that. So, yeah, we're good. But yeah, let me look at the snippet that Perpskirt posted. There we go. Copy link. All right, that'll work. Cool. So 1 out of 1 test fails locally. We're back to this file. Why is that printing an empty object? Whatever. Can you do multiple arguments to it? No, you cannot. Super ugly, but it'll work. I mean, I don't think so. Let me go look. No, it's a public class, public values. Yeah, I didn't do private in any of this stuff. Okay, so we see our start and end value. Those should be the same. Time zone is UTC. Time type is start end. Start time and end time are exactly what we're expecting. Okay, so that is not the issue. Not yet, at least. So here in the scheduler, we're probably going to have to do some more logging of some kind. This is going to be during schedule. I'm going to guess that's not the way we would do a format string. Oh, and hold on. Close this over here. There we go. All right, so yeah, I do want to have a login here of what we're doing. C# console write line format string. So string.format. Hold on. Oh, it's the index. Okay. Okay, interesting. So, we get a log of which hour we're testing against. When we get to here, let's think about this part. So we get the now to Unix time milliseconds. We check for being within the start of the start date and end of the end date. And if not, we bail out. So we get start time and end time here. We're not using those within the start end. So what we're doing right here is we're creating a new date time offset, which should be UTC. So this is the start of the end date, and then we add time to it. So start date timestamp with start time is equal to start of start date plus our start time. Start of end date, or sorry, end date timestamp with end time is the start of the end date with the end time added to it. And we want to make sure that the start with start time is less than now, and now is less than end. Right, okay. So I think I want to log out these three values. I think that's the right move there. All right, so string.format. Oh, and I want to do start. Now timestamp and end. All right, so then from here, we want this to be just start. Now. All right, let's see what we get for some output. And yeah, the music's a bit dark, but I don't know, it's pretty good, right? I like it. And Multiscaler, thank you for the follow. Welcome. How you doing? Okay. So, this one is a failure, but this one right here, yeah, during schedule hour 0, we're not getting to our start-end test because we're bailing out too soon. Okay. We are writing tests for our scheduling logic for a static file-based feature flag tool. We're currently working on the C# SDK, but we have 8 SDKs so far. So yeah, if we're bailing out before we even get to that, that would be part of the issue. Oh. Hold on. No, so that seems right. Start of start date and end of end date. How is now not between those? And it would maybe mean that... Are we creating now properly? So, hold on. Yeah, dot now there is fine. We actually want UTC now, however. And I'm wondering if we're doing that wrong in our test as well. Yep. Will it blend? That is the question, exactly. All right, so that was not the full issue. I believe it was probably related, though. So yeah, we're still bailing out at this part. Oh, hold on, wait. Now, we are using mocked now. Yep, so that would be what we're looking for there, too. So that should be fine. Let me grab this and just modify what we got. I'm not sure if these are gonna like pretty print the way we're expecting, but we'll see. Looks like it does. Cool. So really, really noisy now, but that's fine. So here we go. This is the one that bails out on us. It's saying today is 2/26/2024. Saying that the end is 2/26 right before midnight. For some reason, we're bailing out because our less than or equal to is no good. Hold on. So yeah, we're gonna do something like this. Restore chord? No, I've never heard of it. No, never connected to it. Thank you for the warning, though. Yeah, what is restore chord? I don't even know what it does. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to have before, after, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, gnarly. Okay. Oh, so like if I join a bad Discord, like not even my Discord, but if I join some other bad Discord, that would leak my IP address as well? So how do you know if you're a member of a Discord that uses it? Is there a good way of finding that out? Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into that later. Yeah, thanks for the warning. So yeah, let's rerun this and see what we get as output. Ooh, and I gotta think about what I'm doing for dinner tonight. Because yeah, 4 o'clock, I should probably start thawing some pork for some chow mein, or maybe chicken for some ramen. I haven't done ramen in a while. Ramen sounds pretty good tonight. Yeah, ramen sounds pretty tasty right now. But let's look at our log. Yeah, ramen's great. I do my own, it's not a broth. I mean, it is broth. I do like a whole can of chicken broth, and then I add like a fat scoop of miso to it. Ooh, my miso's probably no good right now, though. I think that's the big problem there. I think my miso is probably no good. Yeah, so I'd have to grab miso, which I could do when I switch over to the other stream. I'll just do chow mein tonight. But okay, so let's find where this is. We want that hour 0 log. And actually, now that we have the language server set up properly, we can probably run our tests too. So we might not need to use Bazel for our testing, so we can isolate and run one test at a time. Ooh, I missed it, though. There it is. All right, so hour 0. So it's saying... Oh, yep. Nope. That's the issue. We don't want to do any, like, less than or equal to. We just want less than. Right. Yep. That's my bad. I probably have that bug in a bunch of places. Right, we want our other check to do inequality, but this is for checking if we're outside of things. So yeah, we don't want that one to be greater than or less than or equal to. So I think that's our fix, and we'll see. Will it blend? Like a glove. Like a glove. Alright, yep. Yeah, silly bug. Gotta get back to the shop. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That was really awesome of you. Thanks, Ecstasy. All right, so I'm going to say we are done with that now. Next one is the JavaScript SDK. And that one needs a lot of work, but should be pretty quick to handle. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, we'll look at that in just a second. Try to make it as descriptive as possible. Yeah, we'll look at it right now. So here's one thing. You didn't need to run pnpm compile. And yeah, these missing really seems like it's a pnpm issue for you. Right, so pnpm test and test scheduling have that same problem? Yeah, you can't use TSC directly. You don't want to run that, I don't think. This is a lot of stuff, though. This is good. Actually, these are almost fine, but that seems like a bug. So I'll have to work on that, too. Oh, this is just the output. Got it. Okay. Well, let's double check it. Oh, and yeah. I really hate that my terminal gets borked and then doesn't give us our standard error. That is so weird to me. All right, so this is fine. That indicates to me that the import is working. And hey, what's up, Tommy? How you doing? Thanks for the lurk. So, yeah, I would say, when are you getting this? And using pnpm compile? We do have a compile command, and it is TSC. All right. The output getting swallowed? Yeah, it's a problem with my Mac. I don't know what. Oh, so we do get that. Interesting. So that is a different issue, though. Is that the error that you got? Yeah, I didn't run into the types issue at all. Where are you doing your pnpm install from? Because you need to run pnpm install from the top level. Yeah, you need to run pnpm install from the top. Try that and see if it fixes it. God, I think it's the upstairs neighbor smoking cigarettes. This is so annoying. Shit reeks. Alright, so one of the things here is we're exporting a function called hash string. So we don't have hasher. So yeah. Alright, so that should run our tests now. No, and I understand that. At types Vexilla is part of the mono repo. And if you don't run from the top level, it does not get installed into your references. Right? So here in packages, types, that is that package. So the install needs to be run from the top. Alright, so this is a quick fix. All right, so the fix here is update how hasher is used in the distribution test. We should still probably see some errors. And yeah, if we look at this right here, we're expecting that our value would be less than or equal to 0.4 or greater than 0.4. We're dividing by 100, so that should be good. Yeah, so we're just seeing this. We should log out what that value actually is. So const should work, or should show gradual. Oh, and we're actually doing it. Hold on. Yeah, never mind. We actually have it. So working seed is less than or equal to. Oh. Yeah, that was an easy one. All right, there we go. So now that test should pass. Okay, so now this is, yeah, should be within schedule with start end time. Yep, and that's the bug that we are fixing for all these other SDKs too. So now this is time for us to fix it in the same way that we did it otherwise. All right, so number one. So when we get into the start end, what are you saying? Date.now is a timestamp. It's just a number. And yeah, so the way we're doing this, we just want to get rid of. Ooh, actually, hold on. Before we do any of that, we need to update our testing. That's right. No, definitely not. Date is a class. Now is a static method on that class. That's what perp script meant, what I just said. Okay, yeah, so we got to refactor all of this. Actually, these are fine. And we have done 0 day with current time. Where is that defined? That's way up there. But okay, so we have updated this test a little bit. We're not doing the loop, though. Okay, so from here... Look at it this way, Space Case. What we had is totally fine because we would have gotten an error about it. So that's not something we needed to even think about or discuss because our entire file would not have done anything because it would have bailed out before getting there. All right, so test daily schedule with now. Yeah. We need to, like, split these up better, right? Currently, it's just one big script from top to bottom. We're not using, like, a proper test framework, which is part of the issue. And I'm okay with some duplication here. What do you mean? Right, these parts? It's for relative time. It adds 1 hour. All right, so this part, we still want to do the hourly stuff. Yeah, let's go look at our Rust code a bit. Yeah, so we end up needing 0 day. And actually, okay. So yeah, calculating this outside of things I think is fine. Oh, wait, no, we don't want 0 day with current time. I think this is actually a bug in our testing logic. Right, so we'll do 0 day, sure. Where is now with 0 time used? Yeah, so now with 0 time is actually a problem too. I don't think we need that. So we got now and 0 day at least, and those are fine. What we end up needing then is mocked now. Yep. So then we would just set hour. Ooh, and we're doing I. That should be hour. All right, so we get our mocked now value. This ends up being mocked now dot add 1 day. This is 3. And then it's 0 day with mocked time, which we're not doing in the Rust, but that's fine. So I'm going to start grouping these up in a way that is easier. This is for during. Yep. Okay. This would be -3. And that. Oh, and yeah, hold on. I need to update the title. We're no longer doing C#. We are on to the TypeScript. Yep, no worries, Space Case. All right, so I think this looks pretty good so far. So start end multi-day. Ooh, hold on. So then this one is the single day. All right, so we've got start end single day and start end multi-day. I'm kind of thinking this abstraction is less important. I don't mind the duplication of it. All right, so 0 day with mocked time. Mocked now. Schedule for daily here. This is schedule for daily before whole. And this is before day. Ooh, and let's restructure some of these. Alright, so we start doing that same stuff and modify these. Daily during. All right, so now we've got schedule for daily before day, schedule for daily before whole, and we want to grab this. All right, and then we can duplicate. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't actually update the schedule. So before the whole schedule, this would be add 1 day, add 3 days. I don't know why we're doing 2 right there. We should just do 1. All right, so then this becomes daily after day. And then this becomes, or we add the whole test. All right, so after the whole thing, this would be subtract 3. And cool. So this is daily multi-day. Then we're going to copy and paste it and have a single day. All right, so then for single day, this would just be the mocked now. Oh, but yeah, I forgot. We have a few more of these. All right, so there's our single day test, and that looks good enough. What's up, Denzel? How you doing? What are you up to? Doing Azure things, running PowerShell on a Mac. Oh, that's fun. Very interesting. All right, so we have our tests here all wired up. Let's rerun them just to be sure. Yep. Interesting. So it looks like our single day is fine. Nope, never mind. We just didn't update it. So yeah, we're bailing out before we get to the other test because we exit on the first failure, which is fine. Okay, so yeah, the next thing we got to do is actually head to the scheduler. And we need to update this logic. So now, when we look at what's in our scheduling function here, we see start end, right? Start of end date. We need start of start date as well. Yep. Oh, and actually, start of start date, end of end date, so start of end date, this then becomes start of, from there, the rest of our logic is basically this. Okay, so, const start date timestamp with start time, and that is start date. Dot Unix times 1000 plus schedule dot start time. Yeah, the RS is a Rust file. Yep. Alright, so we want to return that... Ooh, and hold on. Now is number, so we just use now. This is just start date with start time is less than or equal to now, and now is less than or equal to X. Yeah, have a good one, Skydriver. Yeah, thank you for chilling. Alright, so now if we rerun those tests, will it blend? Will it blend? Dapina, how you doing? And Blobbert, oh, I like that name, Blobbert. Yeah, thank you all for the follows. Sorry I was a bit delayed on it. Alright, so we got another thing failing. Should be within schedule for schedule with start end single day. And we're not doing the hour thing. So we're not even sure which hour that is. Which does need to be fixed. And the reason this takes so long is actually because we're doing our distribution test too. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not, but yeah. Actually, no, distribution's not part of it. Never mind. Ooh, so we're failing at hour 2, not hour 0 or 1. Really? Okay, well... This one should be within schedule. So it's the during test. Let's look at what we're sending for the during. And hey, what's up, Scheifel? How you doing? So start time and end time. That looks reasonable. Actually, does it? Oh wait, no, it does. Yeah, because we would be 2 hours in, we're subtracting 1, and we're good. All right. Yep, those should be equal. All right, so we're not bailing out. So that's good. We're doing that within daily. We're not doing it here. start of end date. I wonder if start of here is actually getting this. But we should get a reasonable log from that, and that should help. All right, so we see that the start is 8995600, 89952. Yeah, so now is less than the start time. But why? Okay, so I do need to thaw some pork. I'm gonna do chow mein tonight. Let me go use the restroom too, and I'll be right back. And I think, yeah, 5 o'clock, we could probably have a beverage as well. So I'm going to go use the restroom. I'm going to get some pork thawing in the fridge, and I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Sorry for the delay. A chunk of pork, it's a thickie. So yeah, this will be a good meal. All right, so what do we think the issue is here? We're seeing that our now value is less than the start time. Let me go look at my schedule again, just to be sure. So yeah, we got our start end of now. We subtract an hour from 0 day with mocked time. Right? We know that this is the value that we're expecting, so that's fine. I almost want to make sure that we don't have this bug elsewhere either. So yeah, let me rerun the Rust test, just to be sure. Yeah, so the Rust code is fine. It's got to be something we're doing with our JavaScript code. Let's just rerun this and be sure to. Just to be sure. And yeah, anyone that has recently got here, even over on YouTube, what are y'all up to? Anything fun for the day? People that chimed in earlier, appreciate you. Oh, interesting. So we get this failing out at hour 0 now, not hour 2 like it was just a minute ago. Okay. That is interesting. So yeah, should be before schedule for a schedule with start end single day. And technically we are within it, and that's an issue. Because, yeah, we see 956, 956, so it's 9560, 9563. Our now is after our start timestamp. It's probably going to be something pretty simple. But we're not sure yet. So the during is not the thing that we're failing on yet. Right. So we're not even getting that schedule to print. We should do that real quick. Oh, no, I already see it. I already see it. Yep. So instead, we needed that. Yep. And we've had that bug in a bunch of places. So the first one is we want this with now. This one can actually just be active. Yeah, so then the next part we care about is going to be here, and all of these. We just passed now. Yeah, that's fine. All the other places. Ooh. And right, this needs to be a timestamp. All right, so we do that, and then as we get to these, we want this to be mocked now. Yep, and we're passing. Yeah, all right, cool. That might have been it. Will it blend? Will it blend? Yup. Awesome. Boom. All right. Use proper seed value for hash test. Okay, so if we look at all of our clients, we can start closing some of these ad hoc ones. I think DM Mulroy may have a bunch of changes on his branch, so I don't want to introduce a merge conflict. So we're not going to try and fix the day, like the schedule testing for the OK. So the only one we're missing right now, right? Let's double check. C#, Elixir, Go, JavaScript, Kotlin, PHP, Python, and Rust. We have made all of those work. Awesome. The OCaml will probably end up hacking on and working on tomorrow. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to merge in what we got. Awesome issue. Very thorough. I think it's just... yeah. Thanks. I think the main part is that after our discussion, I believe you needed to run pnpm install from the project root rather than the JS client. right? This is because PNPM needs to link dependencies with import states. The hasher bug was definitely just a bug from a previous refactor. Missed. It should be updated and fixed once I merge my start and fix branch. Let me know if you get it working with the top level install. If not, happy to troubleshoot. All right, and yeah, really, really thorough. Like, hell yeah, Space Case, this is awesome. Thank you. Okay, so now we'll just do a compare and pull request, why not? Start/end fix. All SDKs had an issue with specific times of day. They also had issues with single day schedules rather than multi-day schedules. This PR adds some more testing and fixes the logic bug in the start and branch of the scheduler. That is a lot of commits. Now it looks like we're still failing out. And that's the test PHP. Really? Okay, let's go look at that action. What is up with our PHP failure? Ah, okay. So we're not quite done. We have a PHP bug. And it's in our client test. They're saying client test PHP line 37, which doesn't seem right at all. Oh, I bet it's this getting in the way. So hold on. We sync the manifest and then we sync flags. Gradual here did get fetched and synced, theoretically. And we would have gotten a different error if it couldn't even fetch it. So it's really, I think they're talking about this as being the failure. And that would hint to me that maybe sync flags is not doing what we expected. Because it's the first test in our client test. So here in sync flags, we do a this get flags and a this set flags. Set flags is then responsible for that logic. Now hold on. They're saying line 180 and 198. 198 is that. So then 180 is this. Oh. And yeah, undefined index. So I need to actually check for this index existing way earlier. And I think, yeah, there's probably a bunch of places I'm messing that up. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of logic we're missing. Yep, is set is probably what we need. Yeah. Gonna lurk going out with the fam to have dinner. Ooh, what are you eating real quick, Denzel? And if you're already left, like, yeah, no worries. But yeah, what are you eating? This is a foodie stream in disguise. I'm cooking some pork chow mein later tonight. It's gonna be delicious. I think, yeah, I'm gonna use is set. Nothing special, just Straw Hat Pizza. Ooh, never even heard of it. You're West Coast, right? Is it like a West Coast pizza place? Where, you know, it's like a little thicker. Personal pizza vouchers? Gotcha. Right, like thicker crust and, you know. Yeah, I assume it's West Coast. I live in Washington. I just haven't heard it. I'm guessing it's more of even like a California thing or whatever. I'm not 100% certain that's where you're at, but I think so. But yeah, like I just describe West Coast pizza as like the toppings matter more than the actual like crust, cheese, and sauce. So yeah, like is it a place where you can get arugula on your pizza? If so, yeah, it's a West Coast pizza place. That is like the defining feature of West Coast pizza, in my opinion, right? You actually used to work there too? Yeah, here in Washington we got Mod Pizza, which is also like a very like West Coasty pizza place, where they throw arugula and spinach and all sorts of weird stuff on pizza, right? It's like you wanted a salad, but everyone went out to eat at a pizza place. So yeah, you want a salad and you wound up at a pizza place. West Coast pizza gotcha. Yeah, so Space Case, I think the thing I mentioned was I replied to your issue. That's all. So yeah, down here at the bottom, right? Awesome issue, very thorough, thank you, right? Etc. I think this was the main part where I mentioned your name. If it was something else, I totally forgot. And yeah, it makes sense, Denzel. Like, dude, I was a janitor, I was a prep cook, I was a pizza cook at Mount Hood, right, in the Blue Ox. Yeah, I've been a busser, a server, a dishwasher. Yeah, like, man, I've worked the entire house. Front and back of house. I was a line cook at one point, technically pantry. I guess I never did baking. I worked banquets. No. So Keep in mind, Pizza Cook in the Blue Ox at Mount Hood is actually, or at least back in the day, I don't know if it is now, but when I worked there, it was just Roadrunner pizzas, right? Like frozen Roadrunner pizzas. And then we'd just throw toppings on them and throw them into our little like pizza oven with like the stones and everything. It was good pizza. For anyone doing like the Pacific Crest Trail, the Blue Ox at Mount Hood is like a staple. It's like the place you go to get some pizza to carry with you for the rest of the trek. It was cool. Like I met a lot of like Pacific Crest Trail hikers. Even one person I went to high school with. And it was amazing actually, because they were brothers, like twins. One was like the shorter, chubbier one, and one was like the taller, skinnier one. And when I saw him, I was like, oh, cool, right? Hey, what's up, Kevin? I think his name was Kevin something. I don't want to dox the last name. No, I called him Eric, because Eric was the taller, skinnier guy. He's like, no, I'm Kevin. I was like, oh, good work, man. So yeah, if you want to lose weight, just hike the Pacific Crest Trail. No big deal. Easy. It's not easy. I'm going to tell you that right now. It is not easy. It's like 1,200 miles or something like that. It stretches from Mexico to Canada. If you're going to do it, you're going to spend basically the entire summer doing it. No, so West Coast pizza is like, just think like Domino's or Papa John's, like, you know, like slightly thicker crust. It's not thin like East Coast pizza, but then they just throw a bunch of ingredients on top. So then like West Coast pizza is more a focus on like the toppings than it is on like the part that makes up what an actual pizza is. So typically when I judge West Coast pizza, it's like, it's lower quality sauce, it's lower quality cheese and dough, and then they really concentrate on the toppings. No, it's not normal pizza, right? Because normal pizza doesn't, like, you're not gonna order arugula on your pizza from Domino's. It's just not gonna happen, right? You're not gonna, like, it's gonna be rare to get spinach on a pizza from Domino's, you know? Maybe they do it now, I have no idea. But yeah, that is West Coast pizza. Just weird, niche toppings that you won't get anywhere else. Like you'll get kicked out of a pizza place in New York for it, you know? Arugula on your pizza? Straight to jail. I mean, that's a thing, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Tommy. Yeah, you can get barbecue pizza. You can get a lot of that stuff, right? Yeah, just weird, almost not pizza. Barbecue pizza is actually not bad, if done right. You guys remember Godfather's Pizza? Is that even still around anymore? Godfather's Pizza used to do a good barbecue. Where it's barbecue sauce instead of marinara sauce or whatever. And then, yeah, like chicken with the cheese and everything. It's pretty good, actually. But it's very, like, West Coast. I'd never even heard of such a thing until moving to the West Coast. The cool thing about Godfather's was they had an all-you-can-eat, like a buffet. That was good. That was dope. They had an arcade, too, so you'd go do the all-you-can-eat, play the arcade a bit, go back for more. It was solid, but it's also probably why they went out of business. Most likely. Yeah, barbecue pulled pork pizza doesn't actually sound too bad. But it's definitely not like pizza, you know? It's not the same thing. People in Italy would be very upset at you for doing such a thing, right? Even though they didn't even create the modern version of pizza. You know that, right? Like, they created pizza, but their original version of pizza, right, the margarita pizza, is very different from the pizza that got popularized in New York that then made its way back to Italy. So yeah, anytime some Italian is like, no, we invented pizza, it's like, yeah, kind of. Not really. Not pizza as we know it. If you do get into an argument with an Italian over pizza, just make sure that you do this while you're talking, and then that, you know, they'll understand you a bit better. And yeah, I break my noodles when I cook them. That might get me canceled in Italy, and I don't care. But yeah. So, we've got a bug, and it's how we do this is set check, right? Roman Delight Pizza from Atlanta. Yeah, I've never been to Atlanta. I think, is that where Render? Yeah, Render is. Render ATL. I wish I'd gotten my, like, workshop actually accepted for Render ATL. That would have been really cool. But it's fine. And yeah, I probably missed a bunch of follows. So Mira Neuron, sorry if you're still out there. Appreciate your follow. Who else did I miss? Ooh, Four Wheel, hold up. I missed the fact that you had the 40 stream streak. Whoa, dude. That's awesome. I mean, so hold up. Keep in mind, Chaotic Monkey is on his 90 stream streak. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, how many streamers out there actually have someone with that high of a watch streak? I'm really curious. Now, granted, it's easier for me because I stream so often. But it's also harder because, yeah, that means you're here every day, you know? Yeah, for real. Yep. Oh, did I not click the done button? All right, that should have fixed it. Yeah, I might have typed it and then just forgotten to click like the update button. Yeah, no big deal. Ooh, hold on. How do I pronounce your name? Is it like Lathan, like Leif Erikson style? Like, you know, Leif? Or is it Leifin or Leifin? Let me know how to pronounce your name better, and I will. Yeah, I used to work, like, at Mount Hood. They had a chef who even had, like, a cookbook and everything. Hold on. Chef... Oh. Chef Leif Benson. Yeah, I guess he was, like, pretty famous. Yeah, he's awesome. He was super cool. He really, like, just took a chance on me. Everything's fine? No, I mean, I know it doesn't matter, but it's still your name, so I'd like to pronounce it better. But yeah, Leif Benson. Super cool dude. Like, he really just took a chance on me my first summer out of high school. They needed someone immediately to fill in the blanks for a pantry, like, line cook position because they had someone going on vacation. And it was just, like, the quickest, easiest, like, hey, so what experience do you have? Like, the interview was, like, that. It was so fast. It was crazy. And, yeah, he gave me a chance when my only experience was actually working the food court at Target. And I didn't even work it full time. I just, like, you know, relieved people on their break. So, yeah. Yep, my entire, like, Mount Hood career. Right? Just snowboarding in general for the 10 years I did it. Getting free gear, all that stuff. Thanks to this dude. Not quite. Not quite. But yeah, how you doing, Johnhua? Alright, so we do this check. We're missing a check here because feature lookup table needs the same thing. Yeah, it's a good one, for sure. All right, so... we're doing the isSet check. I like it. When we set the manifest, I probably need to do something similar too. Yep, no worries, Space Case. All right, let's double check setting the manifest as well. Yeah, no worries. No, I appreciate you hanging out. Thank you. All right, so group lookup table and manifest are good. I think we're just gonna YOLO that one up. And yeah, again, thank you for that awesome, awesome issue. Let me know if you get that fixed. Lifin'. No, like, I can say lifin'. That's easy. There we go. Done. Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate the phonetic spelling. Yeah, that's why I asked, because basically, like, the Norse version of it, or whatever, right? The, Scandinavian version of it would be Leif. Whereas, I forget where it would be, like, Leaf. I forget what countries would say it that way. And yeah, I even mentioned Leifen because, yeah, like, I at least assumed Germany and just Bavarian in general would pronounce it that way. Is that the right term to, like, lump together, like, Austrian and German? Just calling it Bavarian? So if I was gonna say, like, like German and Austrian are very similar, right? What would you consider the term to, like, group those together? Is Bavarian the right term? I don't know. I'm guessing. Okay. Right. Cool. All right, so we pushed it up. Will it blend? That is the question. Ooh, the PHP already passed. This is going to be the first fully green workflow we've had in ages because of scheduling. You can't buy that feeling. You can't do it. You just can't buy that feeling of seeing all those green checks. That is so nice. All right. This has been a monkey on our back for a while. Now, this, we got like one failure in there. It's the Circle CI thing. And I think I just want to remove that integration. Right, we did it just to test some like bun stuff. All right, it kicks off another build. We expect all that to pass still. All these kick off in parallel. Awesome. We'll let it finish. And what's everyone up to? Yeah, we got a good moment before we start trying to publish some of these things. Because we've previously published most of them besides the Kotlin, it should be pretty straightforward to just push up a new version. We probably need to automate the publishing. I don't think we need to automate the versioning, right? We might write a script to update the versions on our own, but even then, that might be effort. And instead, yeah, we just make sure we go and bump our versions manually. And then trying to publish a version that's already been published would just bail out, and we're okay with that. So we probably do want to automate the publish process. We don't want to automate the version bumping yet. I think that's the main gist there. All right. Yes. All right. So we got another interview step. Yeah, hold on. Let me reply to this while that's still running anyway. And yeah, so what is being developed? Yeah, we're doing, well, hold on. Space Case, one thing is probably the Vexilla command, right? So there's what's in the title, there's the Vexilla command, and then today is really like the bit that we're working on for Vexilla. So yeah, that's typically like the order to introduce those. Vexilla first, then the today. But yeah, let me reply to this email real quick, because this is important. Cool. All right, so yeah, what's everyone up to? I'm really pumped that we got all this working. No configuration found. Yeah, let's do the Circle CI thing. Oh, I gotta go log in. All right, cool. So now we can actually just go merge that. Oop. And yeah, we're gonna call that fine. Fine, just fine. Squash and merge. What up, hotspot? Oh, and I missed another. Ellie, thank you for the follow as well. And yeah, boom, we got that merged. So now it's about automating the deploy process. We could do a manual deploy for these things and then automate it. Because automating it requires a bunch of like keys and some of that stuff, which could be a bit annoying. Let me go look at our deprecated archives here. If we look at client Rust, Oh, and hold on. Did I say when we would remove this? I didn't. That's probably fine. We don't have an automated deploy process for the Rust, which would mean we probably don't have one for any of the others either. Yep. Definitely not a thing. Oh, and my pork has been thawing for about an hour. Let me go flip it over real quick. We're not going to end stream till it's probably like ready to cook, so we got a little bit more time for sure. Let me just go do this real quick. Okay, and I'm back. So yeah, this publishing process for these packages. Oh. Did the music stop? Ah, yeah, okay. We were between songs. Check a couple things. Yep, we're good there. And yeah, so let's think about this a bit. There's gonna be some magic with how we do some of this. What is in this repo, actually? Oh, right. All right, so that's a whole different repo. I think test distribution is not actually a thing we need to run anymore. Let's close this out real quick. All right, we're gonna leave that. I'm less sure about this one. I really didn't give myself enough context for that, though. All right, let's just start from the top. So publishing a C# thing. Where does that get published to? NuGet. Yeah. We publish it to NuGet. And Vexilla is in there. Vexilla.client by CM Griffin. Sign in with Microsoft. Hold on. Oh, I have 14 days until an authenticator thing is used. Or necessary, I should say. So yep, gotta set up the authenticator. Yeah, I got the app. Gotta scan it now. Oh, I gotta scan it from the app. Oh, interesting. Okay. Next. Yeah, so there's going to be a bunch of, like, auth stuff that we got to do. All right. Added. Successfully registered. Done. Permissions requested. Consent on behalf of an organization. No, we'll just accept. Oh no. So that's not even the right account? Ah, shit. Alright, so that's not right. Okay, so I definitely picked the most complicated one so far. So hold on. How the hell has it been downloaded that many times, actually? What? How do we create an organization? Oh. All right, let's pour another beverage. We're definitely running into some issues here. And I would think we probably end up having the same issue with Elixir, which would be Hex. Let's double check and see if we have an organization. We should have an org for NPM. But yeah, CM Griffing published. We do still have it, like, scoped for at Vexilla client. Yeah, so creation denied because I think we have one, right? We do. Yeah, okay. Huh. Yeah, I typically publish things just under my name. But for Vexilla, I think we want it to be scoped to Vexilla. And really, yeah, right? Collaborators is a separate thing. So what's a package that we can kind of like look at and see? Sentry? All right, so collaborators is always going to list people, right? There's Sentry Bot, which is part of it. So that's not a huge issue. Right, no matter what, it needs to be scoped to a person so they can evaluate that stuff, I guess. All right, so I think that one's a bit easier. Let's go look at some of the other places we would publish to. Yeah, the C# one's tricky because I am not certain what account I used to do that. Yeah, oh man, I don't remember how we were doing the NuGet publish. But if we look at the others, right? So Elixir should be okay. Let's go look at that one. Publishing to the Go repo would be interesting. I think the Kotlin one ends up being just Maven, right? Just like Java would be. PHP is Packagist. Python is PyPy. So yeah, let's go through the list. So for the Elixir, that would be hex.vm, right? All right, so owners, Vexilla, publisher is me. And what's up, Talented? Yeah, it's a pretty fast internet connection, but what made you say that? Gotcha. Yeah, I'm on fiber. So yeah, I get like a gig up and down, which is awesome. All right, so logging in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to re-log into that. All right, that's good to know. Yeah, right. How about go or package.go.dev? How can I add a package? Oh, wow. Okay, so the Go module index. Huh. Oh, we need to tag a version. Right. What is publishing to OCaml like to? OCaml. So yeah, first we would create a package definition file. opam install dot. Okay, so that would validate that. Publishing is done using GitHub's pull request mechanism, which allows automated checks to be run and discussion to happen. You will need a GitHub account. Oh, and we'd have to just push it up. Got it. So we may want to wait on the publish until the OCaml is ready. Okay, so yeah, this would be the simplest way. Because we're hosted on GitHub, publishing to OPAM would actually be pretty straightforward. We would need to tag it and then just push it. So yeah, we might want to wait to do our tagging until the OCaml is made too. Let's go look at a couple others just to be sure. So if we wanted to publish a Lua package, Lua rocks is how we do that. Log in with GitHub. Nice. Yep, so we got these things. Let's think about this. We see all these things as really just being usernames, right? When realistically, we might want to just create what's a good like organization repo that would be here in Lua? Here we see Open Resty. So I'd probably want to create an organization for it. Okay. That's an option. I forget how the publishing works. So yeah, contributing modules. Anyone can upload and host. Register an account and upload a rock spec. Oh. So yeah, Lua Rocks is something we'd probably want to do there. Got it. Okay. How about Dart? Dart 3 incompatible. Oof. Interesting. Okay. How did the Vexilla.dev thing happen? Have I really owned Vexilla.dev that long? I guess so, huh? Signing in would be a Google OAuth thing. Okay, yeah, so we got a publisher for Vexilla.dev. Awesome. Okay. And then this is the packages for that. Sweet. All right, all right. So Lua, Dart, easy. What about publishing to Coco? Or, hold on. What's the Mac one? Is it Coco? Coco Pods, that's it. So yeah, creating a pod. Ooh, and yeah, this one would be a tag as well. Okay. We actually had a pod spec too. Did it really not get published? I could have sworn I published it. All right, so this is the main gist. We may want to start building out the Swift client version. What were other clients that we're considering? Kotlin, Ruby. Yeah, what is publishing a Ruby package like? That's at Ruby Gems, right? All right, hold on. So I missed the publishing part. It's going to be in here, right? So yeah, your first gem. Then the gem spec is what you define. So publishing only takes one command, and you would do gem sign in for all that. And it's just publishing based on the gem spec. So, of the other SDKs we want to have supported, Swift or Cocoa is the only one besides OCaml that needs to have the tag. Let me double check that for pub.dev. Hold on. Hold on, let me double check this. So unpublishing is basically not allowed. You can mark them as discontinued. You would follow the pub spec format, package layout conventions. You must include a license file, sure. Smaller than 100 meg, sure. Sure, must have a Google account. we've got a verified publisher, and then, yeah, it would be just Dart Pub Publish. And it's just based upon the version that we have set, not a tag. Okay, so Swift and OCaml are the main ones that do the tag thing, and yeah, it's looking like we gotta do the Swift package here. Yeah, Dart and Lua are easy. They're just, you publish by pushing. Client Coco needs a tag. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let's start doing it. Finally a language you know. Yeah, I know less Swift. Like, we've done it. But, yeah. I think we're moving on to the Swift SDK. Yeah, we gotta start refactoring this. So here's a question there, Krasner. What language do you use? Or not what language, what editor do you use to write your Swift code? Xcode? That's what I thought. Ooh, and hold on. Yeah, Ruby's just a regular old publish. Yeah, all right. All right, so go, Swift, and OCaml. Oh, and that's right. Yeah, I have Xcode installed locally in a different folder. And yeah, what's everyone up to? Y'all having a good day? My poor little Mac Mini is now sweating, trying to launch Xcode. And that's fine. Poor little guy. Looks like I needed to update something. Ah, finished season 2 of Detectorists. Nice. Hell yeah. You liking it? You enjoying the show? I really like that show. The first season is perfect. How do you feel about the second season? And while we're waiting on Xcode, let me do this. How's the weather looking? Winter storm warning tonight. Winter storm watch other days. Oh. You like the second season? Okay, interesting. Three to 5 inches tonight, 1 to 2 tomorrow, 7 to 11 Tuesday night. Shit. Why is it that anytime I give some availability, that's when the snowstorms hit? So I've got all week. There will be good days. I should definitely try and get up multiple times this week, but we'll see. I'll have to work around, like, other schedules. I should have checked this before I sent my availability. Yeah, it is Murphy's Law for sure. Yeah, alright, well, we'll see. A job is more important than a power day. Yep. Oh, especially. Hell yeah, exactly, PM Walls. Yeah, I might try and go up tomorrow. So in the past 12 hours, they've gotten 12 inches. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I should... Yeah. I might go up tomorrow. And then I'll just take a phone call as needed. Yeah, I need to update my schedule. Okay. Note to self. Alright, so, based upon what we're doing, right? I mean, I can take a call from my car as well. Like, you know, after a quick break. Yep. Yeah, either tomorrow or the day after are the move. Ah, man, tomorrow would probably be the move. But yeah, I think I'm gonna say now's a good, like, dropping off point, where tomorrow we start hot and heavy on the Swift. Even if I go snowboarding tomorrow, I'll be back in time for stream. Because I only get maybe 3 hours in me anyway. They open at 9. I can ride till noon, be back here around like 1-ish. If I'm being honest, I probably only end up riding till like 11, maybe 11:30. Yeah. And yeah, not even sure. Not 100% on it. Oh, hold on. Ooh, I could get a 50% discount to go to render. Yeah, I'm not paying to go to render ATL out of my pocket. Hell no. Yeah, I didn't get accepted for a talk at render, which is fine. I had to try though, right? But yeah, so we're at a good point. Tomorrow we really like buckle down and do the Swift. Sorry, Krasner, I know you were looking forward to it. Hopefully you show up tomorrow, because I'm probably going to need your help. And, yeah. Yeah, so let's go raid someone. Because, yeah, I'm getting hungry. You were fixing to call it anyway? Perfect. Yeah, no worries. So, yeah, who is streaming right now? We see Spiridon, we see Acorn, we see Midnight Simon, who we haven't rated for a while. We see Fred Kiss. Coding with Strangers? We haven't rated Hero for a while. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Coding with Strangers. He's awesome. I got my 15-month sub to shout out over there. He just got raided by someone else, so let's boost him up. Let's do it. Let's give it a sec or so. And yeah, man, thank you all for hanging out. I'm really happy with all the stuff we did. We got our testing basically like ready and done. I got a bunch more stuff to do. Right? But the Swift is the big one. The stuff with DM Mulroy is another big one. It'd be nice if we can finish the publishing aspect of it. The CLI tool is going to be like separately shippable. So that part's fine. So I'd really, yeah, I think our big deal is to focus on getting our testing and scheduling logic up to date and ready for the OCaml, and trying to just tag that and release it tomorrow. Or ish, you know, like at least getting DM Mulroy's branch merged now. Everyone on YouTube and you know, everyone here, thank you all for hanging out. We're gonna go raid Hero. Timer's ticking down. I'll see y'all over there. Thank you all for hanging out. Like, really good day. And yes, hopefully I get to go snowboarding sometime this week. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? So yeah, later. Cheers.